Hey everyone, it's WHM BrickBuzz back with another video, and today I will be showcasing my latest mock, I guess you could say, of Mos Eisley. So basically what I have done here is I have sort of recreated, not really, but basically I've taken Mos Eisley, I've taken the little Jawa's I guess, house, I think is what they're calling it, and then added an Imperial barracks right here, which we'll get into how I built that, right here. We'll get into how I built that. And then I'm going to show, this is the same. These are both the same. Both these huts are basically the same. I did switch this so that this comes off like this and doesn't open out. So I'll get into that too in the details. I kind of set this up in a kind of mock-like way. So I'll get into like all the different things and the little Easter eggs and that kind of thing that I've added throughout this. Also, just kind of create like a road here with your speeder over here just entering in. And then you've got your, just like maybe like a junk dealer back here. As you can, the stormtrooper talking to them, and then a lot of different details. So let's get into all of them right now. Okay, so we're going to start over here with this Imperial Barracks section. Don't mind if it's a little bit jiggly. It's kind of hard to get these angles with this new mock thing. But basically, you've got a door here that slides open and shut. So this is actually a quite nice play feature, too. Just like play. So you've got your Imperial Barracks, that opens. So you've got your commander here, standing at the entrance waiting for some more troops to exit. Over here you've got a officer. This is actually General Veers, but I'm using him as like another officer because he has that kind of like field general look. You've got one of your sand troopers, I guess you could call it. Around the back, you'll notice that there's a scout trooper speeder parked, and there's a little scout trooper fueling it up. This is the new model right here. A little bit modified, so that's a little bit different, but basically the same design. And around the barracks, coming up the street here, you've got your little speeder, and then going into this, the top is removable. So the cool thing about this is the top comes off, and you may not be able to see this, but inside you've got gun racks on either side. And then you've got a stormtrooper who is putting on his helmet. Oh, his hair's a little bit crooked, but that's basically the idea. He's just getting ready for the mission. And then you've got the mortar trooper grabbing a blaster or whatever you want to be doing. And again, the door just closes up if you want them to exit or to enter. And then this is actually at an angle, as you might notice. It's really hard to put things at an angle, but I thought it looked so cool that I had to do it. And this lifts up, so I'm going to disconnect this pipe here. And we're going to get a better look at this. But, so this is the barracks. Like I was showing you, the door does open and close. Looks like he's fallen down. And there goes the other guy. Basically, it's pretty simple mechanism. It just slides along the bottom. There's a little bit of a track. This slopes down. And then if you'll take a look over here, this is where I've used these angled pieces to create the section for this to sit in. So I'm going to sit this back down. And this roof is reversible, not a big deal. So pretty simple. Very easy to add. And then if your speeder came off like the other one, you can just stick it back on. Just like so. Alright, so moving around the back here, you'll notice that you've got this guy from the set and then chasing after him. A little Easter egg there for you is your Airborne Trooper, which had a lot of criticism over because everybody wanted Commander Cody. I'm really happy with that figure from General Grievous's Starfighter, but, you know, and so I just thought I'd add that in. So this still opens up, but I've always thought this is the dumbest way to try to get your fingers in, and opening it up just isn't that, I don't love the look. So I've basically created this as a roof. It's very flimsy, it doesn't work very well, but you've still got your area for your Jawa, I guess, and you've still got all the little details. It's all the same, it's not much different there. Alright, so moving around to the side of the cantina, you'll notice that this Stormtrooper, the other Sand Trooper, Stormtrooper, is just getting down off his dewback, who is now drinking water from a fountain. Next to the cantina, you'll notice that there's the Imperial Spy. A little detail there. Entering the cantina is Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi and R2-D2. And you'll notice where's C-3PO? Well, he's a little bit behind. Funny thing is that the Stormtroopers don't seem to be noticing them, the two droids. So around the back, before we get into all the little details in here, you'll notice that there's the Jawa shop, which you may see is at another angle. And I love the way these angles look. And so what I've done here is this is actually connected by a clip here. And then there's a one stud right there. And so it may look terrible. That's because I don't need to use sand parts, and I have very few sand parts. So that is one reason why this is like not well, that's a lot of filler. There's nothing different about, it just kind of sticks back on just like that. There's nothing different about the interior. It's all the same, nothing too interesting. But there's no added figures or anything. I don't have another Jawa, I wish I did. And then back here, you've got just kind of like this guy who's from the set. I thought, why not have him selling junk? Because there's all this junk everywhere in Mos Eisley. So I thought this was a great place a little great thing to add in the back. Greedo's ship is right there, just sitting there next to this, I think it's like moisture collector thing. It's, so moisture farming, I think that's what they use. You'll notice IG-11 is just standing here, as we know, no droids are allowed inside. The cantina, he's a bounty hunter, so I thought that'd be good to add. Lots of just kind of added rubble in here just to make it look a little bit better. I really like the way that looks. Some other Easter eggs is that you've got a Stormtrooper helmet for sale, but this is from the First Order, which is way after the Empire, so that's kind of funny to have in there. You've got Boba Fett's jetpack there because I have him in the cantina, which we'll get into one second. But the jetpack doesn't fit. So then you've also got like a clone trooper jetpack, I think is what that is. A snow trooper, or just a general generic backpack. Some detonators. A bunch of junk. I'm not going to go into it all, but you can see it there. It's just a bunch of stuff. Then there's that engine piece that comes with the set. The set was a really nice set. I just thought it'd be nice to add just kind of flowing walkways and streets. And so then, lastly, in there you've got that cauldron, and then there's that Imperial box, and that is why the Stormtrooper is here. Is like he's mad that they're using an Imperial box. I'm not really sure. I just thought it was a kind of cool idea to have him there talking to the joint dealers, because everything's illegitimate. Nothing's like legal in Mos Eisley, so he's like checking things out. Around the back, there's nothing new. It's all the same. I thought about using it, but I ran out of these tan big pieces that I was using. I don't have a lot of them. I may try to make this bigger, order a bunch from Bricklink, or go to the Lego store or something, get some more pieces, but it's all the same, except for I don't think one thing is here. I think I removed that for other parts of it, but basically the same. If around here, you'll notice that the dewback is in the same area as the same. You've got another one of these towers. And so now let's get into the actual interior. So it's going to be hard to show you, but I'll do my best. In here, you'll notice that there is one of these Imperial I guess they're not solely Imperial, but one of these droids, and he's just about to get scanned. That little piece in here is actually a droid scanner. I don't know if you can see that, but right there, that's a droid scanner. That's actually a pretty good look. And I didn't realize that, but I found it out recently. So, like Mos Eisley, this still comes off very easily. And you'll notice that there's these two at the bar. This guy's, I guess, over here. Not quite yet helping them. That's the bartender. The bar is completely the same. I really did not change this. I just set up some cool little minifigures and Easter eggs. So in the first compartment of the cantina, you'll notice that there is Boba Fett and Fennec Shand. So they're just sitting there, maybe enjoying something, I don't know. You'll notice that Fennec Shand's blaster is right there, and that if you take an overhead look, you'll notice that that Boba Fett is there with his blaster just there. I really like the way that actually that blaster light did. Really, I feel like captures it well. I don't love Fennec Shand, it doesn't capture such a good look. Inside the window you can sort of see, not really, but you can kind of see in there. Then around in the second one, you've got a Mandalorian, which is a cool Easter egg for the next one. And then the Hammerhead, which, you know, the mayor came into the Book of Boba Fett, which is a Hammerhead, so that's an interesting Easter egg there, if you think about that. And then in this last one, notice that it's Mando, Greef, and Grogu. And I think in this case, Mando's asking Greef if he's seen any others of his kind. And funnily enough, there's one sitting in the compartment next to him. So, that was just a cool Easter egg that I ended in there. And I'm kind of just combining a bunch of cantinas because, like, this was actually the cantina on Navarro. This was the cantina in Mos Espa, whereas this is Mos Eisley. So it's a little bit different. Going around here, there's no one back here. I didn't have enough minifigures. Don't have a lot of bounty hunters. That's really where I got it. And then Ariel is recreating the scene. This will give you some better light of Han Solo and Greedo. So Han Solo just shot Greedo, who was slumped over in his chair. And that's a really nice feature that they built into the Mos Eisley. I haven't done a review for this, so it's like a year old. So I've been trying to only do recent reviews. But if you there's a little knob around the back that if you push, it knocks him forward. And I just kind of made him more, because he just kind of slumps over. Made him more of like a slump position, so he's just kind of like leaning over the table. You've got Chewbacca, a little Easter egg there is I used the snow Chewbacca. You'll notice it has a little bit of snow. So that's kind of cool to add that guy in instead of the regular one. The bar, like I said, is the same. And then the last one, you've got the Cantina Band, which is pretty, just the Cantina Band. And that's pretty much it for the MOC. I hope you'd enjoyed this. If you want to see more videos like this of just MOC, I will probably do some more. I've been just kind of doing some quick MOC building lately. This was one of my big ones lately, even though it's not a complete MOC. I also have built this little guy, which is a small marketplace that has some clone troopers. It's not quite done. I'm still working on it because there's a little some things I was using for Mos Eisley I want to put on here. That's a small one that I may show you in a quick MOC review kind of video. And then I also have got my other latest thing is just working with the Hoth battle packs. I built this little thing with some of the pieces I have, and I can go through that as another MOC. So just a bunch of MOCs, a little bit of MOC building lately. It's been a lot of fun, but this has definitely been the most fun. I would have liked to have more pieces, but I worked with what I had, and it turned out really nice. I really like the way it's set up. I think it has some cool Easter eggs and cool looks. And some nice looks in there. Everything turned out kind of the way I hoped it would. It was really hard to get some of these angled things, but it worked out. And so that's about it for this video. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and smash that subscribe button. It really means a lot. But without further ado, I think that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching and see you next time. This is WHM Brick Bros signing off.